All right. Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. David, I just got off the phone with somebody from our channel, too. This is funny. Just listen up, guys. I'm actually texting with the person right now as we're speaking, and they're filling me in. I'm just letting you know they're filling me in. I'm not going to say. Any, this area where David lives in, all right, Lutz, Florida, okay, is basically, if anybody, a lot of the ex-military on this channel, or military prior, whatever, if you've ever been to a military base, right outside the base is always real kind of a shitty part of town, man. It's somewhere you don't venture. It's places like you go farther away from base, really, to go out. Like right around base is like where all the strip joints are, where you got like all these like scammy fucking car dealers, shit like that, right? Okay, well, what I just found out through one of our confidants is that that area where David lives, okay, there's nice houses there, no doubt. They're nice houses, but it's like it's a rich area, and then right outside of it is like ghetto as fuck. Okay, you're talking prostitution, drugs, and there's a bunch of strip malls too. And this is information I'm getting from our source. All right, is that in that area there's actually like a bunch of little strip mall kind of places where it's like pop up joints show up, right? So hear me out, guys. This leads me to believe that David is now going to start trying to do his little pop up churches right there in the area. So, and again, what I'm hearing is this place is super fucking ghetto, like around where it is. Basically, it's like you have these mansions in that area, and then it's like gated off, and then right outside of that is just it's like blue collar, and then it's like you got blue collar, and then outside of that it's just like it's places. I was just told you don't go there at night, basically, right? So this sounds like this is going to be David's new little playground. He's got drugs, prostitution right there. He can go out there and try to convert all these people or whatever the case, or try to manipulate them. David's got a new playground. I'm putting all this in his perspective as I'm putting this video out. David's got a new little cult playground. He can go down there and manipulate all these people. He's got a new target. No doubt. So all the people in that area, David E. Taylor, is no doubt going to try to manipulate and try and fucking scam you or whatever. David. Oh, that's yours, Michelle. Here's David's right here. David E. Taylor. See, right here. David E. Taylor, fraud report, all of it, okay? Now that I know where you live, David, now that I have a new address, okay, now that I know your financial institution, that was really bitching, by the way. Now I have a financial institution to put right here on the report, which is really bitching. That's something we've never had before, right? That's something we've never had before. We've never been able to find out which financial institution is going to fund him. But now we have one, and it's called hang on. Stand by. Crosby Capital, right? So the internet's a really cool thing, and I'm filling out these fraud reports right now. I'm going to talk a little bit about how we're going to do this. So I've never done this part of this fraud report. Now that I have a financial institution, I can go ahead and put this. So it's called Crosby Capital. This is really dope, actually. I'm kind of pumped about this. Okay, so now we know it's Crosby Capital Miami. Okay. And this place is located at 1688 Meridian Avenue in Miami. Name. Oh shit. Is he gonna fuck up? That's why I have extras, David. That's Michelle's. There's David's. Okay, so Crosby Capital. Name. And this is line 6 on this form, so it says additional information. Answer these questions if possible, otherwise leave blank, okay? Do you consider taxpayer dangerous? Yes, I consider David dangerous because he's unpredictable. 6A, are book records available? Yes, I believe there's book records available. They're just choosing to not show them because there's fucked up laws in America that basically protect fucking scammy pieces of shit like this. Okay. So let's say, okay, so it gives, okay, so it has 2 lines so for multiple institutions. Okay, that's where I messed up. Okay, that makes sense. So the name Crosby Capital. Street address is 1688 Meridian Avenue. Miami, Florida. Or Miami Beach, I'm sorry. Yeah, Miami Beach, Florida. Beach, Florida. 33139. Okay. Dope. I've never been able to put a financial institution on this before, so I'm kind of excited about that. Now it gives them a paper trail. That lady that did that story was brilliant because somehow she... Thank you. Like, that was... I don't think she knows what she did to us. To me, that was big. So the little thing that she did, the lady who actually broke this story, right? Who actually put this story out. Whoever did that, the way she did the research was brilliant. She went down to the tax assessor, found out who bought it, put the information out, who the investment firm was. Now they need to look into all his other dealings with his scammy ass fucking names, JMMI, KOGGC, what else is there? Then he's got the Marvels in America World Healing now. I mean, take your pick. Which scam do you guys want to look at? There's several going on with this piece of shit. Okay, and then tax year again, 2017, we put 12 million, so 18, 19, 20, 21. Fuck, he's been balling. I'm just going to start putting bigger numbers because the amount of money he just pulled, I'm guessing he's got a bunch of money standing around. Or a bunch of money sitting around, So 12 million for 2019. I'm going to put 15, 20. I don't know how much. Maybe he got more in 20 and 21 because of the pandemic. Like, people wanted to fucking buy, like, sickness, to make their people healed and shit. So I'm going to put 20 mil. Fuck them. 21. I'll say 15 mil. Who knows? He won't show any paperwork. So we don't know how much money is going in and out of that place. By law, when you look up the laws of 501c3, they have to show the money they have to show the money, basically, right? But they haven't done that, guys. They haven't done that. They've jumped around names numerous times. Again, this is why I do this. The IRS wouldn't have made these if they didn't want us to file them. Why the fuck would they make these reports up? These forms. Why would they print these out? Because they know there's going to be fraud in the system. Change names again to Marvels in America. World Healing. This is what I put on these forms, guys. You can put whatever you want. What you know. Say you're actually somebody out of David's cult, like you're a survivor. You want to get involved? fill these out. I'll never know you did it. I'll never know who fills them out. Like, I get the emails, but I never, that's confidential. I would never share that information with anybody here, whoever fills these out, because these are confidential, man. I do it this way. That way you guys know I'm doing it, and to show you how easy it is for you to get involved and be active in it. Because they're not going to listen just to fucking one guy on YouTube filling these out every week. They're just not gonna. Maybe eventually. How long it'll take? I've been going at it for almost a year. Almost a year. They've never called me, never sent me any letters. Nothing like that. I wonder if they're getting the point yet. Right. Okay, so you have to put your legal information on here. You have to, guys. You have to put your legal information on here. This is a federal form. IRS can do nothing about it. You cannot be held legally responsible for filling one of these out. All right, I've checked. I've talked to people, highly placed people that know about this stuff. All right, and I wouldn't sit here and bullshit you guys and say it's okay if it wasn't. I do it because I want you guys to know it's okay. I would not ask you guys to do this if I wasn't going to do it myself, basically. That's why I do this here and show you just how easy it is. These forms are pre-filled, guys. All these forms are pre-filled with addresses, everything. All you got to do, go in, if you want to add some lines here, on line 5, briefly comment about what you know, where you've gathered the information, because a lot of this stuff now is open record. It's public information. David's a church. It's a 501c3. So 18, and there's one here for Michelle too. She gets one also. She thinks she's fucking special too, but no, Michelle, you're right in on it too with David. We're not dumb. You're in there fucking running the abuse part of it. And if there's anybody out of this cult, for that matter, and you're ready to get your story out, you can call in here Friday. You can call in Friday. I do lives every Friday. And if you're ready to talk and get your story out, you can call here and talk about it. You can remain anonymous. You won't be shamed upon or frowned upon or talked down to. There's people here ready to listen to your story that want to hear your story. They want to understand the story. They want to understand the inner workings of these cults, because there's survivors in this group also that have come out of cults too, that share their experiences, and they know. So there's no need to be afraid about it. There's no need to be afraid of David, the non-disclosure agreements or what. It doesn't have to be David's cult. It can be any cult for that matter. You want to come here and talk about your experience and share it and put some theories into place about how these places are working. Not us sitting here being opinionated, but most of us know how these places operate at this point. So if you're ready to get your story out, or you want to be a part of this, come here and talk about it. There's no need to be ashamed of saying you were in a cult. We know these people are master manipulators. That's just what they're good at. We're here to understand it. Maybe help some people get back to a normal life. Find some levity in the situation. You know, there's people in this group that are now, you know, they find levity in what we're doing. Like, dude, fuck these guys. They're pieces of shit, you know. And they come in here and they talk about their experience, and they're able to heal from it. There's several people who have already come forward. It's not an easy thing to do either, guys. We know that. We know that it's hard to do, and that it's a difficult thing to talk about because you don't want people to think that you're a fool, and we get it. You're not going to be called that here. You're going to be respected, welcomed, and no doubt protected from these fucking assholes that are doing this shit. There's people here who are tired of seeing what we're seeing. There's a lot of shit going on in the world, and this is just one of them. Money laundering sex cults like David E. Taylor. Alright, so recently purchased $8.4 million home in Florida. 706 Guisado de Villa, Tampa Bay, Florida. And the zip code there, I'm not sure the zip code. Give me a second here. It's 20,000 square feet, I know that. Okay, let's put that. Alright, so that's for that is for David, or no, that's Michelle's. That's Michelle's. I always get these cool stickers now from the fucking American Legion and shit. I don't have to write my own address anymore. Really stoked about this. Really cuts down on the time. All I gotta do is slap a sticker on it. Bam. Stamp. Then the address is IRS P.O. Box 3801 Ogden, Utah 84409. Alright, just let me wrap up this one here. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns or how these are done, please ask. I've done the research on this, guys. I've looked into 501c3s, all the laws. It's pretty cut and clear. David is definitely, no doubt, manipulating his filings to deceive whatever he's doing. I definitely think there's something much, much more sinister going on than just what we see. I'm thinking more on the level of, I won't even say what it is because it's fucking sketchy as fuck. That's just what scares me about this whole situation, is the fact that it's something bigger than what we're seeing. If you guys have any ideas of what you think it could be, by all means leave your comments below, please. Because these places are no doubt money laundering. For who? Take your pick, man. Take a guess. Who knows? That's why we have to report this. Because there could be a whole trafficking ring behind this whole fucking cult. You never know that. David says he helps trafficking rings, but what if that's just all misdirection for people to say, oh, well, that guy helps trafficking rings and he's been working with the FBI and this and that to break up drug trafficking rings and but no, David has not done any of that. I know this for a fact. And for him to come out and say that, pretty questionable, really. I would not want to be saying something like that, the position David is in right now with what he's doing with his little fucking sex cult there. Little fraud report, David. I'll tell you guys, I mail these out every Monday. I do it for you guys, I do it for me. I do it because he's taking my money. I'm just going to throw David's thing in the trash without tearing it up because it's got his social security number on it. Hopefully somebody takes his social security number and just fucks his shit up. Nothing you can do about that. You guys have any questions, comments, or concerns about that? That's how easy it is, guys. There it is. That's it. Simple. Questions, comments, concerns, guys, leave them below. I kind of wanted to throw up a little short today about the area David lives in. It's ghetto as fuck. All right. It's like a bunch of nice houses inside a gated community, and then just outside the walls, it's just trashy. Like, you remember, it's like, if you're like, remember Biff's in Back to the Future, the casino where it's like you go inside, it's all nice and lavish, and you step outside and it's just all ghetto and trashy. Think of the area that David lives in, similar to that. It's pretty much, sounds like David's got his new little sex cult paradise playground right there in Lutz, Florida.